Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Goodnight Milwaukee show, starring Jake Cornelli and Tyler Menz. I can't hear you. Get louder. All right. Welcome to tonight's episode. We're here proudly to present to you. We have got Phil Woodman and Drake McMallard for your guests tonight. So let's get this thing going and bring out your hosts, Mr. Jake Cornelli and Tyler Menz.
Let there be light. All right, we got a great show. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm really happy. We got a great show. You guys might be wondering, why are we here? Why is there a talk show in Milwaukee? Who are these guys? Why was I forced to come out on a Saturday night? The thing is, there's only a certain amount of shows in Milwaukee that require a host. So like Tyler and I decided to team up to beat out some of the competition.
That's right, but we're really crossing our fingers for Milvarine's show. He's got a show too. There it is. There we go.
That's gonna be great. Quality television.
So Jake, the Super Bowl's in the news, happening tomorrow, I believe.
Yep. You guys ready for the Super Bowl? Almost.
Almost.
Not really. Okay.
The two quarterbacks facing off in the Super Bowl this year are. We all right over here? What's going on? Take it down, lady. Two quarterbacks facing off in the Super Bowl this year are Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson. Yeah, Peyton Manning is famous for being the sponsor for Papa John's, while as Russell Wilson has yet to secure a job promoting garbage food. I'll take it.
Yeah. We like to start off with the heavy hitters. Well, this year the Super Bowl is going to be in New Jersey, and for they got a lot of good music coming from New Jersey. Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi. But why have any of those guys when you can have whatever a Bruno Mars is? Bam! First joke, got it.
Love it.
We got a hot crowd tonight, like they're loving everything.
You know, Jake, speaking of New Jersey, Chris Christie is being investigated. He's in some hot water for misusing Hurricane Sandy funds. Yeah, federal agents say they were tipped off when they realized the governor's mansion now had a McDonald's. They said the drive-thru was a dead giveaway.
Also in the news, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un and NBA star Dennis Rodman have struck up an unlikely relationship. Rodman teaches Kim some basketball moves, and Kim postpones Dennis Rodman's execution.
President Obama recently made a speech saying that he's going to stop spying on friendly countries, and if he wants to know what someone's up to, he'll just ask. So I think we actually have a text he sent to the German Prime Minister, Angela Merkel. Here we go.
That's the Obama I voted for. Mars One mission. It's been in the news. It's been receiving so many applications to be the first inhabitants on Mars that they're going to turn the whole process into a reality show. Better idea, send everyone on a reality show to Mars. I think we all can agree that's better, right?
It was in the news recently, a man in Iran who smokes animal dung has come out saying that he's gone 60 years without bathing. Yeah, gross. I know what you're thinking. Big surprise from a man who smokes animal poop.
A man in China went to the hospital complaining about stomach pains. Turns out he had an entire glass bottle inserted into his rectum. Also in the news, China has frat parties.
Beautiful.
Who knew?
The CEO of Lululemon recently stepped down after comments he made about plus-size women. Yeah, people calling for his removal were unhappy with his resignation after they saw that his resignation letter was signed Chip Wilson, no fat chicks.
A man in New Mexico is trying to start a new slaughterhouse in New Mexico that will produce horse meat. In other news, expect more Taco Bells to open in New Mexico. That food is garbage.
Russell Wilson. Speaking of garbage food, Jake, Xbox recently released an app that allows its users to order Pizza Hut while they're gaming. Yeah. Not to be outmatched, Nintendo's recently released its own app that allows users to jump over barrels thrown by a giant monkey.
Do the nerds get that one? A man in Philadelphia has been exposing himself in front of women and asking for sex acts involving Swiss cheese. I know they're famous for their Philly cheesesteaks, but this is ridiculous, you guys.
Hold for applause.
Right.
There it is. A man claiming that he doesn't have a butt crack. This is true. A man claiming that he doesn't have a butt crack recently released a photo of his rear end online to prove that rumors were true. Now, I think we can all agree that either way, this guy's probably full of shit.
Speaking of assholes, Shia LaBeouf is in the news. He's been accused of plagiarism for a short film that he made. He's rumored to be switching careers from film to music. His band will be called The Beatles, and their first song will be called Stairway to Heaven.
This month, a 33-year-old Oklahoma City man was arrested after he killed his stepfather by giving him an atomic wedgie. Yeah. Fortunately, police were able to catch him as he was trying to dip his mother's head in the toilet.
I believe that's called a swirly.
Jake, you know. Get many of those?
Finally, nut farmers in California have been reporting robberies of their harvests. Police are on the lookout for gangs of giant squirrels. Giant squirrels, like not regular squirrels, giant ones.
It's been cold out, Jake.
Oh, it's been so cold. That's what you're looking for, right?
It's been cold out, guys. It's so cold that my snowballs are leathery. That's what I expected.
Remember, heavy hitters up front.
Right.
It's been so cold out, you guys.
How cold is it?
I saw Mr. Freeze trying to buy sweaters at the Gap.
It's cold. It's cold. It's cold out, you guys. It's so cold I saw my breath trying to climb back into my lungs to keep warm.
Oh, it's so cold, you guys.
How cold is it?
I had to warm up to catch hypothermia.
So cold out, you guys.
How cold is it?
I can feel the enthusiasm coming out. It's so cold out, you guys.
How cold is
Thank you.
it?
It's so cold that squirrels are staying in their holes and holding their nuts. They're the giant ones. Squirrels, I mean.
Oh, it's so cold, you guys.
How cold is it?
I'm wearing long underwear underneath my long underwear. That's how cold it is.
So cold out, you guys.
How cold is it?
So cold even the wind can't chill.
Only 20 more of these, you guys. Oh, it's so cold out, you guys.
How cold is it?
I ordered a hot cocoa and was handed a fudgesicle. My grandpa wrote that one.
It's so cold out, you guys.
How cold is it?
It's so cold, a pregnant woman came into the hospital after her ice broke.
It's so cold out, you guys.
How cold is it?
It's so cold out, witches' tits are being handed out as hand warmers.
We've got a great show for everyone tonight.
We've got local celebrity and grocery store owner Phil Woodman is here. We've got a very special guest, Drake McMallard is here. Give it up for him. We should get this show started. Let's do it.
Thank you for that warm round of applause. We were headed back here. Yeah, it was great. Many of you may have been here at the first show, and as you know, Jake and I like to start our show with a good old-fashioned Wisconsin tradition. Jake, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's have a drink, Jake. All right. I've got a real treat for you guys today. I've got a vintage 2011 Pinot Noir by Hobnob Winery. Yeah, it's great. It's dry red wine. It's got hints of cherry, and pairs well with dark red meat, maybe a pot roast or a nice steak. Yeah, filet. Jake, what do you have?
Well, for this time, last episode you brought in some of the beer that you brewed at your house. I decided to bring in something that I made. This is a Merlot that I made in my bathtub. I found the recipe on Pinterest. It's basically just Kool-Aid and bleach. I haven't tried it yet. It looks delicious. It's a vintage 3 hours ago. I like to keep it in a plastic bag. That way it fits in my fanny pack a little easier. The fellas know what I'm talking about. It pairs really well with the cheese that I also make in my bathtub. You don't even want to know what that's made out of.
Jake, you're not actually gonna drink that, are you?
Well, that was the bit, right? Like that we were gonna do that,
You know, as much as I'd like to have you drink that bleach wine, I think we better get this out of here. We're gonna call in our intern Chris. He's out here somewhere. Chris, can you come and just take these away? Get the wine out of here.
Hey!
Here we go.
I guess I'll just drink this later.
Let me just clear this up. Well, Mother, I just want to say how happy I am to be on here working on the show. This is the thrill of my lifetime. This is just amazing. I think we're going to do some great things together. Mr. Cornelli, you are one of my favorite comedians. Mr. Menz.
You can just call me Sarah.
Oh, okay, right. Sir Menz. Hey, Sir Menz, hallelujah! Right? Sir. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity. Once more, I'll clear this out of here and be out of your way.
Okay.
One thing I should probably bring up right now. When I was in interning school, they said it's good to take initiative, so I kind of tried to do that, and I booked an act for the show today.
Did you agree?
No,
to this?
I'm not aware of this.
I booked a musical act. You know, you guys like Oasis?
Well, yeah, I mean, we
Yeah,
all like
everyone-
Oasis.
Yeah, everyone likes Oasis.
I didn't quite get Oasis.
This is getting worse.
Didn't quite get Oasis. Got an Oasis cover band, right?
What?
They still got good songs, right?
Yeah, people like the songs.
Not quite as good as the Beatles, but
What did you do?
well,
What, Chris? What is this?
What is this?
You know how I feel about clowns.
Well, I don't like this. What is this?
It's, it's
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Let's
What,
get them out of
what
here.
was that?
well, that was Juggalo Oasis.
I think you should go.
Right, okay.
Goodbye. Okay.
See you guys later.
Yeah, bye. All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was weird. Not planned at all. I don't know what that was.
Let's just move on. I think it's best we move on.
So we started the new year. Everyone excited for 2014? Yeah. So a lot of people use this as the opportunity to make some improvements, make some changes, set some goals. Tyler and I have set a lot of goals for this new year, so we'd like to share with you our New Year's resolutions.
That's right. There we go. Big year for me. This year I resolved to build something with my hands. Think that'd be worthwhile. Jake?
This year I'm going to destroy something with my mind.
Good luck. Another resolution I had for 2014, I'm going to get to know Jesus a little better.
This year I'm going to get to know Jesus a little better.
Who's that?
He's my pot dealer. You guys know Jesus? Like,
Makes a lot of sense. 2014, I resolved to lose 10 pounds by going to the gym.
this year I'm gonna lose 10 pounds by going to the moon. I know a guy, so it'll work out.
2014, I've resolved to learn something from my elders.
Yeah, 2014, I'm gonna teach those old farts a thing or two. They can just learn from me.
This year, I'd like to buckle down, start saving some money.
I'm also going to be saving some money by printing out my own money. I think that's what Donald Trump did.
Sure, Jake. Sure. 2014, I need to lose some weight, as I mentioned. I'm gonna stop eating some sweets.
2014, I'm gonna stop eating snow. Maybe, I don't know. There's just so much of it, like it just never ends.
There's no patch for that, Jake.
No.
2014, I'm gonna start waking up earlier.
2014, I'm gonna move further west.
Think about that.
Yeah, that's a time zone joke. It went over my head too. I don't know. I don't know.
I think Chris wrote that one. 2014, I resolved to catch up with old friends.
2014, I'm gonna burn some more bridges. Tonight.
Will not be hard for that one. 2014, I'm gonna redecorate my office.
In 2014, I'm gonna find some more hiding places.
Where?
Oh, you'll see.
Last but not least, 2014, I resolved to start spending more time with my wife.
In 2014, I'm gonna resolve to spend some more time with Tyler's wife. That was our New Year's resolutions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest for this evening is a true Wisconsin celebrity. And someone that you'll all recognize from his appearances on TV. He's as equally obsessed with low prices and high-waisted pants. Here to promote his new book, The Freezer Door to My Heart, Please put your hands together for Phil Woodman, everybody.
Better products, better prices. That's where employee owned. Here's my book. Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. Do you need some? Come to Woodman's. That is for you. Don't drink it all at once. I would.
I believe that.
It's great to be here.
Great to have you. How you doing, Phil?
I'm so good. I'm all jacked up on sweetened condensed milk. It goes great with everything. Start your day off with a sweetened condensed milk. Woodman's.
It's great to have you here, Phil. You're here to promote your new book.
Absolutely. Yeah, get that out there. Available not on Amazon, but at Woodman's. We're selling them by the crate load. You ever buy a crate of books? Well, you can at Woodman's.
So Phil, I've always wondered, what is it like to own a grocery chain?
It's great. It's great. Great question. Owning a Woodman's is like owning a piece of the earth, you know?
I don't know what you mean.
It's fantastic. We've got great products. Products, you guys.
What kind of products do you
Are you sick of the price of ground chuck? Are you guys sick of that? We're sick of that. We cut out the middleman. Ground songbirds. That's right. We just mash them into a fine paste. You spread it on toast. Start your morning. Big bowl of sweet condensed milk and some ground songbirds. $3.50 at Woodman's.
I gotta ask you, Phil. People are probably wondering, how do you keep your prices so low?
Oh my goodness, my prices are as low as my pants are high. We're able to do a lot of things. We're employee owned. Give it up for employee owned. Absolutely. We used to own our employees, but that didn't go over as well. You should have seen the prices back then. Rock bottom.
So Phil, you've got a very distinct
Please
catchphrase.
call me Phil.
Phil, I hear you've got a catchphrase.
That's right, caramba! Maybe you've heard it?
I have heard it.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you come up with that catchphrase?
Well, I was driving my car drunkenly down the streets of San Juan, and everybody was doing the Roomba in the streets. Ever since then, everybody had been yelling, "Caramba!" in front of me. Thousands of people died. Homemade toothpaste, $2 a gallon. It's just mint ice cream and sand.
Quite the deal.
Absolutely. Speaking of deals, we've got deals on everything. Bird baths filled with liquid nitrogen, 4 for $10.
Those are, you can't have too many of those.
I'll
Like,
say.
Great for the holidays.
Absolutely.
So,
Did you have a good holiday?
I had a great holiday. Thank you for asking.
I had so many Christmas cookies, I nearly died. That's absolutely true. You ever eaten Christmas cookies until you're almost on the death's door?
can't say that I have.
You should try it.
Phil, you're here to promote your new book, The Freezer Door to My Heart.
Absolutely.
I've read it. It's
Buy a
great.
crate of them.
It's a great read.
Yes.
Great read. In your book, you
Huge font.
makes it easy.
1 letter a page. Sounds great.
Quick read. In your book, you detail your upbringing in your youth. Would you like to maybe share a story about that?
Absolutely. My father was a half man, half beaver type beast. That's where the wood part comes from. And my mother was a 600-year-old witch with backwards feet. What was her secret to staying young? The blood of infants and Wisconsin cranberries, you guys. Come on now. We got them at Woodman's.
So, Phil, I read part of your book while I read the Cliff
Did
Notes.
ya? Did ya?
The Cliff Notes. It was quick.
I respect your honesty.
I'm
A
not-
lot of people here are probably looking at you and go, this guy doesn't look like a reader. I'll tell you what, we got plenty of magazines down at Woodman's. Come on down.
And any kind
you
of
look like a
deal?
lowrider guy.
I love being a lowrider.
Yeah.
In your book, you described the grocery chain business as a cutthroat business.
Absolutely.
Could you give us an example, maybe?
Sure, Phil Halberstam. That is a fella whose throat I slit. Box cutter, $6 for $5, you guys. Come on down to Woodman's. I'm sure he was fine. A lot of things are in my book. You should buy a whole crate of them. I'll tell you what, my first pet was a human named Stan. I fed him dog food for a year. He died and I got a goldfish. Goldfish, $6 for $5, Woodman's.
Phil, you're admitting to some pretty horrific things here.
Maybe. It's not like you guys are on TV.
Are you sure you're all right coming out with all? You'll be clear? I mean,
Absolutely. I don't think there's anything that I have to hide, really, other than the fact that I'm half cyborg. Which half? Your wife will probably know. Woodman's.
You are a terrible person.
Well, I'm mostly a person.
what do you mean?
Well, I told you I'm half cyborg. The freezer door to my heart is just a little bit of an inside story about Phil Woodman. I'm not actually a human. I've actually replaced most of my blood with birdseed, and my heart is a machine. Birdseed, $6 for 25 pounds.
I remember that from your book. Was there some kind of traumatic thing that happened like early on in your life?
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was swimming from an island off the Fiji, whatever they are.
Coast?
Yeah, sure, a coast.
Okay.
Good hosting skills, by the way. Great job.
Times.
Most of my lower torso was removed in a boating accident. I've actually had my legs affixed to my lower nipples. I have 2 sets, lower and upper.
Thanks for differentiating.
Yeah, where are my lower nipple people at tonight? Hands? No? All right, couple in the back.
Your book also details a rivalry, I'm told.
Oh, you're talking about that son of a bitch, Chairman Bob.
Roundies.
I don't like him. I've had a few skirmishes in my life, and you're my mortal enemies. Chairman Bob, that pig from the stupid Piggly Wiggly. And Dr. J from the 76ers. There's a difference. The only thing lower in his moral dignity are the prices at Woodman's. Chairman Bob can kiss the low prices on my ass. That's what I'll say right now.
Is that where your nipples are? Or?
That's where my lower nipples are, somewhere near there, yes. How are your lower nipples, by the way?
They're fine.
You look chafed.
Thanks for asking.
Rubber nipple covers. Get them at Woodman's. 2 for a half dozen double dollars. Yes. 2 dozen 50-cent pieces gets you 6 pairs of rubber nipples. Come on down to Woodman's.
You're kind of an awful person.
Yes.
Do you want to take this opportunity to maybe apologize to the
I
thousands
would
of people
like
you've
to
killed?
apologize. I would like to apologize, but not for that. I once, and hear me out, this is a sad story. I know I mentioned killing several people, but one time I oversold a watermelon for $3.50 instead of $2.50. But I killed that person so they could never talk about it. Filled that watermelon with his blood. Blood watermelons, 2 for $1. Woodman's, caramba! Better products, better prices, because we're employing you.
Phil, I think we've all had enough. I think it's best you probably go.
Oh, well, it's been a pleasure being here.
Thanks for coming, but I think maybe take your book, put it back in the crate, and
Okay.
head on out. Phil Woodman, everybody.
What an interesting person. I learned so much about Phil Woodman. That's crazy.
Who would have thought?
You see him in the commercials on YouTube. I don't know where you see those commercials. You guys want to play a game? Let's play a game. We're going to play Who Said It? I'm sure you guys are all familiar with how to play Who Said It. We're going to have a quote. You guys are going to guess who said it. And the winner gets to say that they won at the Goodnight Milwaukee show. There's no better prize than that, I don't think. You guys ready to play? You guys want to play?
We go with our first quote. First quote is, "All right, I can't sing, I can't act, I'm a dumb hillbilly, but I can twerk, so whatever." Now, was that Oprah or Miley Cyrus?
Kind of sounds like Oprah. I don't know.
What do you guys think?
Any guesses? Miley Cyrus?
Survey says. You guys.
Ooh, some
can't
Smarties in the house tonight.
Can't sneak one past you guys.
All right, let's do the next one. I've killed it. Oh, everything I touch gets ruined. Any guesses so far? Oh, let's try. Charlie Brown or Charles Manson? I get them confused all the time too. Any guesses? Charlie Brown. It was Charlie Brown.
All right, next quote. "I don't think we came from monkeys. That's ridiculous. I've never seen a half monkey, half person. Was it Snooki or Glenn Beck?" What do you think? What do you think? Survey says.
Glenn Beck. Political. That's
Right.
I just grew the hair on my back. Facial hair wasn't appealing to me. I liked it on my back though. Was that Maya Angelou or Bob Uecker? I know a lot about Maya Angelou, obviously. I think that's her. Any guesses? Uecker? Oh, but it was...
Good guess.
Yes. I was almost right.
Next quote. "George Bush doesn't care about black people. Was it Kanye West or everyone who's ever worked with George Bush?"
Any guesses?
Kanye West.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, guys.
He said that on the record. All right, let's try our next one. You can learn a lot about a woman by getting smashed with her. Was that Eleanor Roosevelt or Tom Waits? Any guesses? Anybody? It's Tom Waits.
Here we go, next one. "Sun-bleached bones were more beautiful against the blue. That blue that will always be there, as it is now after all man's destruction is finished. Was that Georgia O'Keeffe or Jeffrey Dahmer?" What do you guys think? Anybody?
Anybody?
Survey says Georgia O'Keeffe.
The funny thing about this, that's actually Georgia O'Keeffe's mugshot. Taken on the same day, that's crazy.
Who would have thought?
A lot of history. Ironic, isn't it? This anonymous clan of slack-jawed troglodytes has cost me the election, and yet if I were to have them killed, I would be the one to go to jail. That's democracy for you. Any guesses so far? All right, was it Mr. Burns or... I think that's Mitt Romney, but it might just be another picture of Mr. Burns. I don't know. Any guesses? Mr. Burns. It was Mr. Burns.
All right, we got the next one. I am secretly wearing women's underwear. Was that Jay Cornelli or myself? Any guesses?
Any guys? Anyone want to put money on it?
Survey says.
Every day.
Beautiful.
All right, that was Who Said It. Thanks, everybody.
That.
The production crew likes to put some surprises in there to make sure we're still awake during this. So we had a cheese tasting planned for months now. We got a lot of samples from around Wisconsin, a lot of local samples. Put a lot of effort into this. Here's the thing. Tyler's trying to lose some weight this year. Doesn't want to eat any more cheese. I myself already had 3 blocks of cheese this afternoon. My doctor said to cut it to 1. I was like, hey doctor, I know what I'm doing. Doctors get to refer to as doctors, right? Like, okay. So anyways, we decided instead of us like doing the cheese sampling, we would just have our intern Chris handle that for us. So if you guys want to bring out Chris, the intern.
Chris, the intern again, everybody.
Hey, sirs, I just want to say I'm really sorry about that snafu before. Nothing like that is going to happen again. I appreciate you guys giving me the second chance. And Mr. Cornelli, your car keys have been lost. But it's okay, because your car has been lost also. So when we find one, we should find the other.
You know what? Let's just get on with the cheese tasting, Chris. All right, our first cheese this evening is real special. Comes from the Purple Door Creamery right down the street. This is a 12-year aged cheddar. Okay, go ahead and give it a try, Chris, and tell us what you're experiencing.
Let's see this. That's sharp. That's sharp.
Cheese, everybody.
That's sharp. While I'm chewing on this, though, I thought maybe this would be a good chance for me to talk to you guys about some of the ideas I have for the show. Like new segments and stuff, just some stuff we can do. Like, I had an idea for a segment we could do called, it'd be called Tyler Alert.
Right. What?
And you could come out and then you could, like, tell the endings of famous movies.
Hey, that's not why.
Like, you could come out and say, like, at the end of The Sixth Sense, it turned out they were both the same guy.
That's not how that ended.
What happened?
Bruce Willis is the ghost the whole time.
Tyler Alert! Can I keep this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just keep that.
I get stuff in my teeth.
Well, for our next cheese sample, it comes from the Easy Dairy outside of Milwaukee. We've got some easy cheese here. You can just go to town on that right now, I think.
Okay. Anything for the show.
It's just your hands. I don't know. I don't care. How does that taste?
It's creamy. It's pretty creamy. Creamy. Like another idea that I had. What we could do is maybe a segment where like you could like woo an attractive young woman in the audience and like win her affections and then turn her away coldly. It would be called Shaky Breaky Heart.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, now we've bottomed out, so nowhere to go from there but up, right?
You know, if you've got any ideas for the show, you can just talk to my intern and he'll get them to me.
Here, why don't we move on to the next?
Just another.
The next. You know what? Our next cheese is also a treat. It's a cheese that's right from our backyard, Colby, Wisconsin. Why don't you give it a try? It's a Colby Jack.
Okay, Colby Jack. Let's see how it tastes.
What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The only adjective I really know for cheese is sharp. That one was less sharp?
Less sharp.
But here's a sharp idea. What if tailgating's really popular in Wisconsin? You guys like tailgating, right? Yeah, see, they like it. What if we did a segment where like we threw a tailgate right here on the show? Like you could bring like a charcoal grill and set it up, and we could be grilling the whole time, and like we get the charcoal, and like we could play games, games. People like to play tailgate games, and like we could get an animal expert on too at the same time, so we could play like games with the animals, like.
I'm pretty sure we can't have.
We could play bags with porcupines,
No.
or
That's a horrible.
ladder toss with like live cobras, It would be.
I'm pretty sure we can't have barbecue going on in here. It's against fire code. Yeah.
Oh, there's so many codes.
Let's just keep this going. We got another sample here from the It's Dairy. We've got some Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. Hey, check it out. I've got Cheez-Its. I'll try
Don't laugh at that.
These are, these are also sharp, but in the sense that they're stabbing the roof of my mouth, which is very sensitive.
Why is your mouth so sensitive?
My mom did a lot of nitrous when I was in the womb.
That explains a lot about you.
But another thing you could do would be like, what if we did, like to send a good message to the kids, you guys could do like a live drug test, like you guys could like pee in cups and then test it, and then like, I'm sure you guys would be clean, and
Jake?
Let's not do that.
then we could auction off the urine and like give back to the community.
No, that's stupid. You are a stupid person.
You know what, Chris? Here's my last cheese. This is a pepper jack. Just give it a try, and let's just try the cheeses, okay?
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
I know another word. Spicy. Spicy. Spicy, like, one of the reasons I was really excited to work for this show is I admire the way the two of you work together. I admire the teamwork I see on this show. So what if we did another segment that highlighted that? We could do a segment where, like, you do tag team thumb wrestling.
What?
Like you guys are on a team and you thumb wrestle, and then like your thumb gets tired, so you tag out, and then like Jake's thumb gets tired, and like you go back and forth. Like it'd be you two, and then you could go against like what about Juggalo Oasis?
I don't.
These guys again?
No.
No.
You know what? You two, get him out of here.
Get these guys out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Leave. Goodbye. You know we don't like that.
They took the cheese.
Oh,
there's an emergency in the back that I'm hearing about right now.
Just
leave.
You know what?
I'm gonna go. There'll be coffee waiting for you
You
guys.
should go.
Yeah.
Bye. Did you hire him?
I don't know who that guy is.
Talk with him after the show.
I'll be honest, folks. Sometimes I wish I was not even on the show. Sometimes I think I'd be happier on Milverine's show.
Yeah, me too. Jake, you make a very nice Uncle Jesse.
I like to think that like John Stamos just walks around and like you're Jay Cornelli, right? Like he gets his notice from me.
Sure that happens.
Yeah.
Just on the sets of yogurt commercials and whatever. All right, well, folks, it's time to bring out our next guest. I'm sure by now you're all familiar with the controversy surrounding Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty. Maybe? I don't know. Everyone's talking about, was it offensive? Are we being too sensitive? We here at Goodnight Milwaukee realize that there's one core group that everyone's overlooked. That's right, gay ducks. So here to shed some light on his perspective, please put your hands together for Drake McMallard, everybody.
Wait a minute! Stop the music! Are you serious? The chicken dance?
Yeah, you know.
Everybody loves the chicken dance.
I'm a duck! You bring me out here
Sorry.
to talk about sensitivity to my people, and then you play the chicken dance?
Sorry.
Okay, well, Drake, I'd like to apologize. We tried to get Disco Duck, but like the rights are just too expensive. Not
See, how did you know that that's my favorite song?
I guess I just know a thing or two about.
I got a feeling that we'll understand each other really well.
Just me, ears are getting hot in here.
No, it's just you. You're just hot.
So Drake, it is Drake, isn't it?
It's Drake. Thank you very much. It's Drake 2.
Drake.
Drake McBallard, yes.
Apologize again. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
How was your flight in? Good?
Oh, it's fantastic. I came in on Southwest Airlines. It was a lot of fun. I got to fly first class for the first time ever. It was great.
So your arms aren't tired then? In the flight?
Seriously? You're gonna go to that? They set me up for one of the most insulting jokes of my kind. Any bird hates that joke. You should know this.
I apologize again. This is...
Yeah, you're doing a lot of apologies.
Jake. Jake.
Well, Drake, you've heard about the comments that Phil Robertson made on Duck Dynasty. What's your opinion? Like, what do you think about that?
Well, you know, I don't want to get my feathers all ruffled up over it or nothing. Just gotta let it roll off your back, you know what I mean? Lots of stuff rolls off my back. I mean, lots of stuff.
We'll have to talk about that later.
We're definitely going to talk about that. But no, quite frankly, I can't, I don't see what all the big deal is about. I don't know why everyone's getting so offended about it. You know, I mean, you make a show about hillbilly people and then everyone's angry because they have opinions that are stereotypical with hillbillies. I don't know what the big deal is all about. I mean, personally, I think that they're just a little hypocritical overall. I mean, I personally, I'm offended at the fact that they make a living killing ducks. Not just gay ducks. All ducks. And they call themselves duck commanders, which, by the way, that's our secret code term for power top in the duck community. Two men sitting alone with nothing to keep each other warm but their beards and each other for hours on end, just sucking on little phallic things of wood. It just seems gay, you know? Don't understand it, hey? Well, I kind of understand it a little bit.
Drake, one question I had for you is, do you feel singled out by the Robertsons?
Well, seeing as that they're singly just looking for me to kill. Yeah, a little. Well, not just me, but everybody. But yeah, I do feel a little singled out. You know, like I never see him going and hunting chickens, or swans, or geese. Oh my God! If someone could shoot some geese, they just don't know how to share water. You know, it's just. It's embarrassing, you know? It's terrible.
Well, something I'd like to know is, how do you feel about they're making a lot of money just off of duck calls? How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, I'm a little jealous because they're making duck calls. Not only making duck calls, but all their duck calls sound like a gay duck call. That's another hypocritical thing of them.
What do you mean? It sound like a gay duck call?
Yeah, the duck commander duck call sounds exactly like what I sound like when I'm, looking for somebody. Which is all the time.
So they sound like share music, or?
Yeah, actually it sounds exactly like share music. Do you believe in life after love? That's our tune.
Another question I had is there a large gay duck community? I'm sure people are wondering.
You're trying to say we're all fat?
No. It's
Because it's you people that tie us down and shove stuff down our gullet just so that you can have a faux gras, by the way. Hey, if you're not doing anything later, would you like to tie me down and shove some stuff down my gullet?
That's not the first time I've been offered that.
I bet it's not.
It sounds like Rocky. It sounds like you're hungry. I was wondering, would you like some? I've got some breadcrumbs.
I'm not going to dignify that with an answer. Sorry, say no. Insults me with your pittance. You're feeding your intern cheese before.
Just trying to be.
I'm a guest. I should have like a whole plate of different types of fruit and bird seed. Which, by the way, I would like my own dressing room. I got to sit with that Woodman's guy for a while. He came up to me. He told me that all of his blood had been filled with bird seed. Wanted to know if I wanted to try it. Weirdest thing ever.
I've always wanted to know this. What part of the duck is like shaped like a corkscrew again? What part was that?
That would be our penises. It's a biological fact. I don't know why everyone's so quiet about it. Surprised. That's the way it is.
Must be why they call it screwing.
Ha! That's the first funny thing you've ever said. Which, by the way, if you ever want to get a good bottle of wine, I'm really useful there, too. You ever done a parsec before?
No.
That's where you fly across a golf course and you have sex the entire time. Parsecs. It's a traveling...
One guy likes it.
He did. That's all I need.
Drake, before you go, I'd just
Yes.
like to ask, do you have any advice for any maybe gay ducks that we have in the audience? Who knows, maybe some closeted gay ducks out there?
Well, what?
Or for the youth, like some gay ducklings that we might have.
Oh, yes, all the goslings out there. Well, here's my advice, and this is for every duck out there. If you're flying in your V, and you hear what sounds like a giant duck orgy happening in a pond, just keep flying. You're gonna get shot. It happens every time. But this has been a lot of fun. I want to thank you guys for having me and just giving some voice to the duck gay community, because it is something that I think we don't get enough attention for.
Well, we want to say thank you for coming out. Everybody put your hands together.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tyler. Jake, we should do dinner sometime. Huh? You'll get the bill, okay? I'll pay for dinner, but you're going to get the bill. Thank you guys really good.
You know, Jake, a lot of people didn't think we could do it.
No. A lot of people thought we couldn't do another episode.
No. They said lightning couldn't strike twice, but we're here to tell you all in the audience that we're not done. We're going to keep taking care of business, everybody.
We will be taking care of business.
TCB, baby.
TCB.